Hey folks, this is Vint with Dan's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to check out Illuminaria. This is a game that's coming to Steam on August 4th, 2022, about 8 days from now, so it goes without saying that everything that you're about to see is subject to change. There is a free-to-play demo though, so if you like what you see, you can at least give the demo a try before you buy it. So I did play the demo version of the game, what was it, a couple of months ago, and the developer actually just gave me a full key for it, so I thought I'd go ahead and show you a little bit more. Options menu, just real quick. Windowed mode, music, sound, language. There's no slider though, so that's unfortunate. I hate when games do that. It's very mobile-y that way when you just have a toggle. I would prefer, you know, not having to mess with my desktop audio mixer just to get the sound levels right. But anyway, that's what you got going on here. And then I'll just hit continue, and I'll show you where I'm at with it. I'm sure there's more content than what I've seen so far, but I want to at least introduce you to it. Okay, so on the upper right-hand corner, well, let's go ahead and just hit understood. In the upper right-hand corner, there's actually a list of different resources that your current, I guess, kingdom is generating. You start off in this little tree down here. Okay, and it's like your tutorial area. Here, essentially, you're collecting resources from the environment and building warehouses so that you can store these resources. Let's go ahead and show you. This is, I guess, a more advanced version here. You'll note that there's some things around the outside, like these are turrets. Occasionally you'll be attacked by monsters that are trying to steal resources or get to your reactor, what have you, and you'll be able to fend them off. So there's a very small, light tower/base defense mechanic to this, but it's nothing all that grandiose. It's just, you build these towers in their predetermined slots, and that's it. And then once you do that, so as long as you've got ammo, like right now I'm crafting these arrows in the middle of the screen. Actually, I think I'm under attack down here. Yep. So, yeah, monsters are now exiting this portal, trying to get to my reactor. I've built some of these turrets here, and again, these are predetermined slots on the map. It's not like I can build these turrets whenever I want to. But as you can see, yeah, they're just going to attack, and your reactor does build up energy, and you can use it to shoot. So as long as I've got energy, I can restock my cannon and my reactor. You can also click on existing turrets, and there are something called runes that you can find. They're just modifiers that affect, you know, the turret in some way. So if I want to unlock a rune, I need to pay these gears and metal or iron. Let's come down here and do it with this, actually. Alright, rune. And I've got some runes. Again, apologies if it's a little loud. There's no sound sliders. But I can increase damage, reload speed, and so on. We'll just increase damage. Alright, so let's go to a different one where there's not as much noise. So, like I said, you're going to be building this series of warehouses. Whenever you build a wall, let's go ahead and demolish this one so I can show you kind of sort of what it looks like when you build one. I'm just going to demolish this. Note that that little plus sign went away. This is not a room yet. In order to make a room, you need to surround it by walls. So you click on an open space like this one, and it'll say, hey, do you want to build walls here? Okay, fine. So now it'll collect these little worker bees will collect resources from the environment, refill warehouses. You can actually click on resources on the right in order to prioritize. So if I want to concentrate on a particular resource, I can prioritize it just by clicking on it in the upper right. But now that that room is done, I can hit this plus sign and hit select production. So what do I want to put here? If I click on that, what do I want to store? Do I want to store crystal? Do I want to store stone, coal, and different resources? Right now, I don't really need to store anything because I've got everything stored here. So I'm just going to save this open slot for another time. There is an objectives section on the left. So, for example, it says build a steel forge. I don't know if I have the ability to do that yet. What's down here? Okay, so for 3 stone and 3 iron, I can build a machine, steel forge, but I have to research it from the looks of it. So here's your tech tree, and you can access this on the right-hand side of the screen. There's some buttons over here. One is your inventory, and one is this little research menu. If I click on that, it goes from the left, so you start with these parts, and then you work your way to the right. So as you can see, there's still quite a bit to unlock. But you're going to be using these blue potions that you craft, these ones here, for example. You're going to be crafting these and then using those to... So as long as you've got enough stored, so you kind of want a large warehouse full of them, or just multiple ones. But I also need to spend those along with other things in order to unlock these techs. Now, some of these can only be gained via expeditions. If we go back to the world map, here, like here's Cave 1 over here, here's Cave 2, here's Cave 3. I can swap between them just by clicking on these bottom buttons here. Or, again, I can go back to the world map and then click on which one I want. If I hover over one, though, it doesn't tell me what cave it is, unfortunately. Like, it doesn't highlight on the bottom either, so I wish there was, like, a connection between what you're hovering over and just the little icons on the bottom. So I'm going to click on this one in between. It's an expedition. If I click on it, I have a choice. Do I want a short, medium, or long expedition? I'll do a short one. And it'll say, okay, what workers do you want assigned to this? What weapons do you want? I'll go ahead and do a magical weapon there. It just automatically assigns. So, and you can also adjust supply. Yeah, that's fine. And we got some health potions as well. So this is like a very light light version of the game where you pick a path and you go on it. If you've ever played a game like FTL, then you'll be somewhat familiar with those mechanics. So I guess this is a monster battle here. And this is an auto battler at this point. I simply pick and choose where I want my people to go, and then I hit start battle. And it's like turn-based, but I'm not doing anything. The game is just doing it automatically. Alright, so I got some resources there, and I'm going to move on to this treasure chest, I guess. You found the chest, let's open it. Okay, it looks like there's a little short mini game there, nothing too strenuous. Moving on. And I can't go beyond this point, so I'll just hit start battle. Do I want to use a potion first? Might be a good idea. This might be a tough one. We'll see. Okay, not too bad. My little workers here are pretty sturdy. Alright, we'll take that reward there. Another chest. We'll open it. Nice, got some resources. Come down here. We'll open that as well. Hey, more resource. Got a rune as well. These cores are used to get more workers, so I definitely want to make use of them. Looks like some kind of shop. I don't have enough resources to buy anything, so I'll just leave the store. But you can buy runes and weapons and the like at shops like these, and then you go to the last one here. You reach the last room and found a hidden treasure. Okay, so we got more of those cores. I finished the expedition. You left behind all your supplies and tools. Okay. So now I've got more resources to work with. Whether or not I have enough for that new technology, I'm not sure. But let's go to our research menu. And it looks like I do. I can expedition supply level 1. Steel forge, this is what I want. I want to unlock the steel forge. We'll hit buy. I also want to do maybe this one here. Worker action speed, level 1. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I may want to go on another expedition so I can unlock this down here. I don't like to get too far ahead without leveling up my workers in some way. Again, I've also got these cores now. So I can click on my new worker button and spend gears and cores in order to unlock more workers which move around and do things. Okay, so I'm going to open this panel, and now I've got resources and the technology. We'll build that. Steel Forge. Now, this is something I've never seen before. Looks like I'm under attack. I guess we'll just produce steel. It's going to cost metal and iron to do that. And off they go. So we're going to be using some resources to make other resources, is what it's going to come down to. And I have to wonder if we need a storage for that as well. Yep. That's weird. Okay, I'm not actually seeing a storage for the metal, so it looks like we'll be just storing it in the building itself. We can create our own army using golem tokens. Golems will march in a captured cave and destroy the evil reactor to liberate it. Interesting. That's something new. Create a golem forge. Okay, so I'm guessing I have to find a new forge like this one. And I need to unlock it again via research, which, again, that's another expedition that I would need to embark on. I don't want to rehash what I just showed you, so I'll do that off camera. But as you can see, I'm creating forges off my normal path here to, you know, get steel, for example, or other resources. And so far, that's been my experience with the game. I'll go ahead and just spend the last of these cores. Got plenty of gear, so no problem. And yeah, the number of workers you have is important because, you know, the more workers you have, the more they move around. There's little yellow portals at each of these locations. You can see they're sort of teleporting in. So they'll actually, like, these are all connected in some way. So when they teleport through one portal, they'll appear somewhere else. So whatever map they're currently working on or need help with, I haven't seen a whole lot of activity over here or here. This one's just sort of dancing away because he's kind of bored. But yeah, this one here, yeah, I think we're good. I think we've got so many workers at this point that they're bored. If you want to move on to the next area, I can click on the little plus sign, and I would have to spend resources in order to unlock the next area. And again, once you do that, you come back to the main map here. It's probably this here. No, that's this one, okay? There's probably another one past this, maybe this one up here that I can't access yet. There's probably another expedition over here to the left. But you get the idea. You're going to be creating warehouses, collecting resources, using some products or some resources to craft other products, and then you go on expeditions to get resources that you can't normally produce. And then all of those things, you eventually, like, there are just certain, like, gates, like this one. I need 3 forest golems, so now I have to unlock that technology, then create them in order to advance to the next part. That's as far as I've gotten so far with this game. Like I said, there's probably more to it than that. My biggest complaint really is the lack of sound sliders, some typical UI interface, you know, quality of life things. Like, again, if I'm back here, you know, if I hover over a tree, I'd like to know what does that correspond to down there in the very bottom, just so I don't have to, like, okay, I know 1 is this, and I know 2 is this, I know 3 is this, but where, if I'm here, which one is 1, which one is 2, which one is 3? You know, it would have been nice to have some kind of quality of life thing. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just saying, yeah. So that is Illuminaria. That's, like I said, this game will be available in like 8 days' time as of the date and time of this recording. So this is a cool little, you know, resource crafting slash base building game slash like roguelike experience, but it's not bad. It seems to combine a number of different mechanics, and so far it's pretty chill and relaxing. That's probably one of the main reasons why I'm going to keep coming back to it, because I like chill and relaxing games. If you guys haven't already, subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.